Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to the channel. So as promised, I'm going to be giving you a full review of the Silene Tee pattern by Glasshouse Patterns. So this is a pattern that is free. It's a PDF pattern and it's free if you sign up for the newsletter. So all you have to do is go to the link that I provided in the description box below, scroll to the bottom of the page, insert your email in the little box there, and she will send you a free copy of this PDF pattern. So as I stated before, it's a real simple, easy tee, really beginner friendly. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you today all of the different garments that I've made. I've made 6 different garments out of it, including 4 mock-ups and 2 final versions of this. And I'm going to share with you all of the things that I did to get my final version of this top. So first I want to start with this garment here that you see on my mannequin. This was made with a double brush knit from Joann Fabrics, and I purchased a remnant of this. I think it was sometime last year. So this particular fabric has been out for a long time. I doubt that they would even have this fabric anymore, but I purchased it from the remnant section, and I think it was like 3/4 of a yard. It wasn't even a yard of fabric. So you can make this particular tee if you are a size 5 with about 3/4 of a yard of fabric. The fabric was washed, of course, and so there was some shrinkage there. So still, I mean, you can get a tee out of this with less than 3/4 of a yard. It's a double brush knit, so it is kind of structured. So it's not as structured as a ponte knit, but it's also not as drapey as, say, a rayon knit. And so it falls in between those 2 knits there. So it does have some structure to it. So this particular garment was made with a size 5. So the tee comes in 8 different sizes, ranging from size 1 to size 8. So this is a size 5, and a size 5 is 39 inches for the bust, 32.5 inches for the waist, and 42 inches for the hips. Now this particular pattern does have negative ease at the bust, but it gets more loose fitting towards the midsection and the bottom of the garment. However, because I used a double brush knit on my body, this size 5 is just pretty much a negative ease going all the way down the entire garment because it is so form fitting. So I decided to go ahead and move 2 sizes up with the next double brush knit, but I'll show you what that one looks like here in a moment. But I do want to show you the second mock-up that I made after making this one, having in mind that this is a double brush knit, more structured. So I would want to have something a little bit more loose fitting. So I would definitely say if you want to use a double brush knit, expect to go at least 1 size up, if not 2 sizes. So for me, because I'm more curvy, say for instance in the bust area and then also in the arm area, I did have to go up at least 2 sizes in those areas. So just keep that in mind, that if you're using a more structured knit like a double brush knit, because this particular pattern was not really designed for those types of fabrics, you will need to grade up or choose the next size up. So here we go with the second mock-up that I've made with this pattern, which is a size 7. So I went 2 sizes up, and a size 7 is 43 inches for the bust, 36.5 inches for the waist, and 46 inches for the hips. I found that this particular garment is very loose fitting on me, and particularly because this is a rib knit fabric that I purchased from Walmart. And it was really inexpensive. It was $2 for, I believe, 4 yards of fabric. So it wasn't really expensive at all. And it behaves somewhat like a rayon fabric, although it is a rib knit. So it's not like a sweater knit type rib knit fabric or anything like that, but it is very drapey, as you can see here with the arms. So it's quite drapey. And because of that, it does have quite a bit of ease here in the waist. So with that particular garment, I would definitely need to size it down. I haven't had the chance to do that yet because I wanted to show this in the video and kind of show you exactly how the different fabrics fare with this particular pattern. So I would definitely, with this type of fabric, go back down to the size 5. And as I stated before, this pattern does have negative ease. And so you do have to watch that in the bust area, particularly because this pattern, I don't know for certain if it was drafted for a B cup, but it behaves as if it does, because I am a 38C or 36D. And I would need to do a slight bicep adjustment, maybe 3/8 of an inch, or maybe a half an inch, maybe even a half an inch, not bicep, I'm sorry, bust adjustment. And with that 3/8 of an inch or half an inch bust adjustment, it will fit a little bit better, I think, if I'm doing a size 5, especially for a size 5. So, so that's one of the things that I wanted to note. And then also the sleeve, the armhole area, so the arm side as well as the sleeve, I would definitely need to lengthen this sleeve a bit because there is some pulling here over in this area here. And that generally suggests that the arm side or the armhole is a little bit too short. So that's what I would need to do, particularly for a size 5 or a size 6 for this particular pattern. But other than that, I think that would be one adjustment. Also a bicep adjustment for any sizes below a size 7. And then also for the shoulder area as well, because I have a sloping shoulder, I usually have to do either a forward thrusting shoulder adjustment or a sloping shoulder adjustment. It just depends on what type of pattern I'm working with. And with this one, it probably will only be a slight forward thrusting shoulder adjustment of maybe 3/8 of an inch, probably not even that. So it's not that bad. But yeah, that's the second mock-up. So let me show you the third and the fourth mock-up, which was made with a loungewear type fabric. Before I start talking about this particular garment, like the size that I made, the fabric that I chose for this, let me just say with the previous one, with the red one, I did lengthen the sleeves a little bit on that one. So instead of having like this short sleeve that you see here, I made it into a 3/4 sleeve. This is a loungewear type fabric. It's similar to like a rib knit tee. However, it does have, it behaves kind of like a rayon fabric. It has more drape to it than a rib knit, and I'll show you that here in a moment. But this particular garment here is a size 5, and so the measurements for size 5, again, that is a 39 inches for the bust, 32.5 inches for the waist, and 42 inches for the hips. So the reason why I went back to this one is because it's like I said, it's kind of in between a rib knit and a rayon, and so it has some drape to it. So as you can see here, it has quite a bit of drape to it, more so than the double brush knit. And so that's one of the reasons why I went back to a size 5. Now, although this does fit me better than the double brush knit in a size 5, it's still quite clingy around the waist area, that midsection area, and it's not supposed to fit like that. It's supposed to be a little bit more loose fitting in that area. But fit it in the bust area. So I decided to go ahead and go up to a size 7. So let me show you what that one looks like. So here is the size 7. And as you can see, it's even more loose fitting in this waist area here and the hip area. It has quite a bit of room here. So the measurements for size 7 is 43 inches for the bust, 36.5 inches for the waist, and 46 inches for the hips. And I have found that this fits me perfectly, especially in the waist area where I need it the most. I need it to be a little bit more loose fitting. So I really like this size 7 in this particular fabric. It fits perfectly and it's very comfortable. And this will be a great garment for me to lounge around the house in, or you know, do videos in. It's a really nice, comfortable shirt. I do have some pulling, just slight pulling here in this area here when I put the garment on. And like I said before, that's because this armhole area here needs to be lengthened just a tad. So once I make that correction, I think it'll be a really great tee for me. I did a forward thrusting shoulder adjustment, and I did that at, I believe, a 1/2 inch. And so that's the only thing that I did for this pattern. Oh no, and I lengthened the sleeve by 1 inch as well. The cap sleeve on here is very, very short. I happen to have a tattoo on my bicep, around my bicep area, and sometimes I just like to have it cover. It just depends on what kind of outfit I'm wearing, and so that's why I lengthened it a little bit so that I can cover my tat. But other than that, this is a really great pattern, and you don't really have to do too many adjustments, especially if you are a beginner. The sleeve is not a set-in sleeve. It's actually a flat. You're going to sew the sleeve in using the flat method, and it's really simple and easy. All you have to do is attach the sleeve at the different notches and just sew straight across. It's really simple and easy. It really is an easy pattern. So here we are with the 5th top that I made, and this is made with a double brush knit. As you can see, the neckband here that I used on this one is made with a modal knit. So I just used a yellow color here for the neckband. The changes for this, I included the forward thrusting shoulder adjustment. I also did a longer sleeve here. This is a size 7, and the size 7 again is 43 inches for the bust, 36.5 inches for the waist, and 46 inches for the hips. This is a perfect size for someone who is sized like my mannequin. The mannequin here is of a B cup, so it fits a little bit better, and you don't see that pulling here either, because the mannequin doesn't really much have any width to the shoulder area here. So I have a broader shoulder, and so that's why I usually need the longer length here. But I would still need to actually do the longer length here for the arm side area, so that I don't have that horizontal pulling here that goes on underneath the side of the arm there. So I would still need to do that. This here fits me a little. This particular garment here fits the mannequin as if it's a size 8. On me, it actually fits like a size 7. So it is a little less room on me here than it is on the mannequin, but it is a really nice fit. It does fit my arms. It does cling to my arms quite a bit. I think that's the only thing that I would change for the double brush knit. Okay, so now for the 2 final garments that I've made with this pattern, which are the actual finished garments. So this particular garment here was made with a size 6, and this is a rayon knit, and it's a knit that was purchased from Joann Fabrics a little while ago. And it was like a clearance piece or something like that. So it wasn't really expensive. It has that drape to, so that I can get like that really nice, loose fitting style in the midsection there. But I can also keep that form fitting fit up at the top as well. This particular pattern, I lengthened the sleeves as well, so it has a 3/4 sleeve. I did the 4 thrusting shoulder adjustment, and the everything else about the pattern was as sized. So this is a size 6, and a size 6 is 41 inches for the bust, 34.5 inches for the waist, and 44 inches for the hips. So this is something that you can expect for like a rayon knit, if you're using like a rayon or any kind of drapey knit. So it is a really nice fit, and I really love it. So that's one of my finished garments there. So here is the very last garment that I made with this Silene top. This is a viscose rayon type knit. It's a snake skin print. It's probably one of my favorite out of the whole bunch. I really like the way in which it came out. It's, like I said, the final version of it, version number 7. I used a size 7, which is 43 inches for the bust, 36.5 inches for the waist, and 46 inches for the hips. I haven't taken any pictures of any of these yet, but when I do my roundup for the free PDF pattern mini capsule wardrobe that I'm creating, you'll see me modeling a bunch of these, especially this one, probably not the others, but because I'm trying to show you all of the capsule wardrobe. So this one will be a part of the capsule wardrobe. I'm really pleased with it. It's a nice loose fitting top. It's fitted in the bust area. However, I really wish I would have did the arm side adjustment where I lengthened the arm side. There is some slight pulling. So I do get a few drag lines when I put it on underneath this armhole area. So that's basically the one continuous issue that I have seen with this pattern, which suggests to me that the armhole area is a bit short for someone who is broad. So I have, like I said, a broad back, a broad chest. So if you're really broad like me, you have broad shoulders, broad back, broad chest, you might need to lengthen your arm side here or your armhole, and then also make the appropriate adjustments for the sleeve pattern so that it can fit the armhole then. But other than that, it's a really lovely pattern. I did a bicep adjustment, a 1-inch bicep adjustment to the sleeve after I lengthened the sleeve. And it's a 3/4 sleeve. It's a really nice pattern. I love it. I love it. I love it. I didn't have to do any shortening. Like usually I have to shorten the pattern because I'm short so that I can bring the waistline up. But the waist actually fits me perfectly. I didn't have to do any kind of shortening to the waist. The neckband is really nice, and I like the amount of width that the length band gives, because sometimes you get these really tiny neck bands and it's almost not worth putting them on. But I really like the neckband of it. It's a really nice classic tee, and you can use pretty much any fabric for it. You just have to know what size to use for that. And so that's why I kind of did a bunch of mock-ups to kind of figure out what I wanted to use for this last garment, because this is as you can see, a drapey viscose knit, and it's a beautiful, beautiful print. So I'm excited to share with you the collection that this is going to be a part of. This week I'm working on the Blank Slate VT by Melly Sews. This is also another free pattern. I'll put the link to that one in the description box below as well. So I'm working on that one, doing a few alterations to that one as well. And then I'll give my review and tell you a little bit about that one next week. That one's coming along really amazing. I really like that one. And as mentioned in the name, it's a VT. So it has a V neckline, which is one that I wanted to add to the collection. This was a round neckline. And so I'll have the round neckline tee as well as the VT. And then I'll do a review of that one as well. So I hope this was informative for you. If you're looking forward to either purchasing this tee or downloading this tee for free, I highly recommend it. With a few slight alterations, this can be a beautiful top. You can hack this pattern in so many different ways because it's so basic. And so you can actually use it as a block, you know, just a simple pattern block, and then do some hacks to it. Or if you're a beginner, you can use this to kind of create a series of different garments and advance in your sewing skills. And it's a really nice pattern. It really is. And I highly recommend this pattern. And like I said before, for those of us who is more blessed in the chest area, you might want to consider doing a bust adjustment. If you have broader shoulders, you might want to consider lengthening the shoulders, as well as doing a few modifications so that you can get the perfect fit. But other than that, it's a great pattern, and I really enjoyed my time sewing with this pattern. So if you have any other questions, comments about this particular make or any of the makes that I showed in this video or the pattern, please leave your thoughts with me in the comment section below. And until next time, bye.